If you'd like to see more of our videos, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today's March 26, 2020, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day, starting out at 2 p.m. South African time. Out of Great Britain, we have an official bank rate decision coming out that's sure to affect the GBP. So you do want to know what's coming out. And then at 2:30 South African time, weekly unemployment numbers coming out of the United States. Now, usually I don't add this number. I only add the non-farm payroll generally. But I think this week it's going to add a lot of numbers to unemployment in the United States, and they're going to have much greater bearing on the market. So you do want to know what's coming out. Now, looking at the markets, we see the dollar continue to retreat versus the major pairs. So it's a bona fide uptrend for all the major pairs versus the USD. And looking at the Dow Jones, capitulates to resistance and then retraces. We're going to take a look at a couple of options today. Looking at the commodities, gold tapers off while oil continues to weaken at $22 a barrel. No end in sight to how much further oil can weaken. And lastly, looking at the stocks, what was strong before becomes weak, and what was weak before becomes strong. We'll take a look at a couple of stocks, what I am talking about, in terms of kind of like that rotation in the markets, how things that were initially strong now become weak, and stocks that were initially weak become strong. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're jumping here straight into the Euro USD at a 1 hour chart. You can see this nice bona fide uptrend, okay, up to 109.186. The next real resistance level, we've been here before, is 110-ish level. So just be aware of that as that unfolds later today. Now, looking at the GBP USD, not as big a rally as the euro has against the GBP, against the dollar, but it is on an upwards trend. Now, this does have to break 120 for it to get closer to this 125-ish area. If that's going to happen, if it fails, okay, if the news comes out and it's negative and the market tanks, then remember we have this support level at 114.56, and that's where we'll be within those ranges unless we break this 14.56-ish level further down. Okay, this coronavirus is still developing. The news is still out there. It's been digested. Okay, it's a pandemic, which means that it's hitting every single human being on the face of the earth. Hopefully not everyone will get affected by it, and I hope that they find a cure, and I hope that this quarantine actually subsides. And just like my father said yesterday, as quickly as it came, it should go away. Okay, and I say amen to that. But unfortunately, the situation is still there for now, and as it stands, if the market does tank with this rate decision later today, something to consider. Now, jumping into commodities, we're looking at gold capitulating at this 1629-ish level, and then really just tapering off here. Nothing to really write home about. I think the market is still digesting some of this rotation that we're happening in the markets. Now, looking at oil, back to $23 a barrel. Okay, so this is a bona fide, not really jumping here. Okay, we're looking at a weekly chart. You can see it's dead. Okay, and that bounce is really dead. Even the short covering is dead. So this is, suffice it to say, still implies that this price could continue going further down. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, we're going to look at a 1 hour chart just to give us perspective here. From Monday, okay, we hit this downwards trend. Okay, we had this gap down. We hit this low of 18,000. For those of you who remember, this 18,000 was where we were trading at when Trump became president of the United States. And that was, I think, a telltale sign that this would happen. We had this fake out on the news, okay, the way down, and then didn't make a lower low in the anticipation. And then yesterday we continued going higher to almost 22,000 on the Dow. Now, between these two moves is 4,000 points, okay? So between our high of 29,000 where we were in the beginning of February, okay, we're now almost, I would say, 40% down, 30% down, okay, from where we were from our all-time highs. So still we're still low, okay, compared to where we are. Now, I do think we'll have a little bit of a trading range, a tighter trading range, at least for the short term, until this subsides, okay? Earlier this morning, we were trading at 20,800-ish level, but this is slowly tapering off. I think we're going to have a support level down here. I think we'll be trading within a range for now, okay, until this either breaks this support at 20,700, 400-ish level between this area. And if it does break this 400-ish level, okay, then I could see it getting back down to somewhere down here. Now, it's going to happen, okay? The markets are going to go down further, okay? It's just a matter of time. But I think the digestion of this massive stimulus is still being, digested in the markets. And we're not sure. I mean, God willing, everybody's back to work next week and quarantine is over. So we're still not sure how much longer we're going to have to, buckle down and just see this through. Now, at the preface of this presentation, I said the strong became weak and the weak became strong. JP Morgan, okay, was the one that went up yesterday to $91 a share. Okay, a nice little rally there. Whereas when we look at Microsoft, it went down on the day. Amazon was down on the day. Apple was down on the day. Okay, so you could see that, some of the rotation in the markets when this stimulus package came out, everybody was running to the bank stocks. Now, again, I do think we'll have this rotation. I think the bank stocks will continue to sell off. I don't think we've seen the end of this. Unfortunately, for now, we haven't seen the end of this. Okay, so I do expect this to taper off further today. Something to consider. Okay, so with that said, just continue to trade responsibly. I don't think the volatility will be as severe as we had on Monday as we go into the latter part of this week. But I do think that the rotation will continue and we'll see some further selling pressure as we enter the weekend. And hopefully it'll end soon, okay? But with that said, trade responsibly, use stop losses, and don't forget, tonight we do have a webinar scheduled for tonight, so I hope you guys can make it. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day.